Today, we are going to take a look at the top 5 AI image generators out there, and we're going to look at the pros and cons so that you can make a decision on which one is the best for you. First off, let us generate a prompt that we can use as a control group so that everything is consistent. And here I have ChatGPT 4 with me, and let's just go ahead and ask it to write a prompt to generate an incredible AI image, and simply let's see what ChatGPT 4 creates for us, and then we can go ahead and utilize this across all the different AI image generating platforms out there. So here is an amazing prompt. I probably would have never even came close to generating something similar to this myself, but now we can go ahead and simply copy this here. And now let's go ahead and test it out. So the first AI image generator we're going to test is DALL-E. This is also from OpenAI, so let us see the difference. So right now it is currently free to go ahead and utilize this, and let's just generate this image and see how it goes. So just some quick thoughts, and you can see these are some other images I've tried to test out before. The UI, fairly nice. And here are the results. So it generates 4 images for us. Let's just go ahead and click through each one of them. And you can see here the quality of the image. At least let's look at all 4 first. So we have this one right here. We have this one. Looks like some cool little waterfall. This one looks actually pretty cool as well. And then we have this one right there. So I've already seen a pattern in these images, and it has this sort of grainy, cartoonish painter style effect to it. So in terms of realism, this might be the closest in terms of the nature scene, but this section particularly, it's very hard to notice. This one is very grainy, and you can see sort of the noise, the blur going on here. Now let us go ahead and see how useful it is for creating variations. So let's just go ahead and click on variations here, and let's see what it does. So all we had to do, click on the button, and pretty much it just goes ahead and restarts again. And now we're gonna go ahead and see how it updates this. So it looks like it chose the original image right there, and it created 4 different variations. So seems like very similar to other AI generating softwares out there so far. And we can see still there's another pattern of basically it's still this cartoonish and grainy effect. So that is pretty much what we have here. And then also there's the ability to edit. So now this is apparently in beta, and let us go ahead and just see what happens. So I can erase this here. Now in terms of undoing this, maybe if I do Command Z, up, that works. Also you can click over here. Over here you can pan around and move, and we have this arrow right here. You can select, change the crop location, add generation frame, and upload image. So you can actually add another frame here, click onto it, and this actually does pretty interesting. However, the main comparison I want to look at is the quality of the photo. So let's just simply go back here, and for the current result right now, this is what we have from DALL-E. So now let's go ahead and test this out on another AI image generating software. So here we are on Stable Diffusion. So this one's also very popular in the space. So let's go ahead and paste in that prompt from ChatGPT, generate image, and let's see what happens. So here we go. We have 4 images as well, and it's a very different result so far. We can see that it has significantly more of this rainforest, mountainous nature look. The images are not as cartoon-like. However, if I were to click onto them, you can see the quality. This one is a little bit pixelated looking. It's not the finest detail. We can see here, I don't even know what these things are in the background. Looks pretty cool though. And we can see this one, it looks like 2 images are stacked on top of each other. And then this one might be my favorite in terms of realism, but it's still, you can see the quality isn't the highest, and a lot of the stuff, it's like not perfect in terms of the pixels. So now if I were to exit out of here, and now I see there's not too many options in terms of creating any variations besides just these advanced options here. and basically max currently 4, and then these additional details right now. So it seems like it's temporarily unavailable, but so far this is the result. So if this is something you want in terms of your output, then that would be an option. Now let's take a look at another AI image generating tool. So here we are on Dream Studio. Now this has a different UI, but let's go ahead and erase this prompt right there and paste in the same prompt we've been using. They do have additional features such as negative prompts, so you can avoid particular things in the image. You can upload one and update these settings, but we're gonna keep everything as default. Click on Dream and let us see what happens. And here we can see a very different photo from the first two, and let's just go ahead and click into these and take a look. And this was actually pretty cool because it showcases the description on the right side as well as the dimensions such as 512 by 512. And right now from the larger image, the quality definitely gets significantly lower, but this one's actually pretty cool. It's like a painting, and this one might be a cool one. Now it has little watermark logo idea right there, but this is a really cool design. I never even considered a building that has trees growing out from the top of it like this. And so far this from the smaller view looks nicer, but when I open it up it looks a little bit less pixelated, so the quality does decrease. And we can actually edit image and download and delete. So let's go ahead and edit the image and let's see what's possible. So let's say it has a similar thing to the other one. We can erase this and then just undo that. And essentially it has a very similar editing feature, but nothing crazy like a Photoshop style. But as you can see, this is the current result from that prompt we have here. And now let's move on to the next AI image generator. So here is a newer one called Microsoft Designer, and I actually did a full video talking about this one because it's not simply just AI image generation, it's also graphic design infused together. So basically, let's just focus on the AI image generation. So we have the prompt here, and I can say generate image, and let's actually do this one first because the first option was for the actual graphics. So here we can see Microsoft Designer creating an image, and I think if this again has a very similar use, because if you just need the image, that's totally fine. But if you want to use the image in, for example, a graphic design, then you can go ahead and let's click on like this one for example, select it, and then pretty much once it shows up on this right side, I'll show you the additional features that you can do with Microsoft Designer. And essentially right now currently is free to use, and it's like a simple Photoshop or Canva style tool. So if you use any of those, then it's probably something you'd be very easily able to edit and change up. And now you can see these images are actually pretty cool. So these are the typical flyer ones, or if you just want, you know, a nice image in a living room, then you can go ahead and update it like this. And the cool part is you can actually add text just right up here. So let me click on this one. You can add a heading and basically, you know, type in painting, whatever you want to do, and you get the point. This is a full-on image graphic designer software, not just AI images. And there's a lot of different details which I have in my other video just talking about it, so definitely check that one out. But just overall summary, it's AI image generation built in with graphic design. So if that fits your goals, then you can definitely take a look at this one. And now on to the last and final AI image generator. And if you've watched it and you guessed it, we're here on Midjourney. So let's go ahead and paste this prompt in and let's take a look at the results. So here are the Midjourney results, and as you can see, this version 5, the realism is incredible. Comparing this to the previous ones you just saw, you see now why I left this one for last, because the realism for Midjourney is currently, in my opinion, the greatest. And this is 4 different images. This bottom 2 actually kind of look like they're fused together, but essentially it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can actually go ahead and actually specify which image you want only, or you want to create a variation of the image, or if you simply just want to redo this entire thing. So if I were to click, for example, let's do U3, which would be this image right here. Now you can see it in a much more zoomed in view. So this one already, the pixels, the quality is significantly higher. Now there are softwares out there which you can even make it even more high quality, but just comparing it to the previous ones we saw already, this so far, in my opinion, is the best for realism. If you want the cartoon effects, all those other styles, definitely focus on that. But these are the current top 5 AI image generators that I'm aware of. Do share thoughts in the comments below, which one is your favorite, and be sure to like and subscribe to see the latest updates in the AI space.